Hello, church, and welcome to the pastor's update for Wednesday, July 29th. Admittedly, this is coming a little later than usual. I had a hard time finding my recording device today because, let's just say I have a couple family members that also have a high degree of interest in some of the devices around the house. So, finally found it. Can get to sharing some thoughts, some updates. So I hope everyone is remaining as well as can be in these days where we keep getting all these I don't know what to call them. It's not really any news anymore. It's information that just keeps bombarding us, and much of it just is just patently false and conspiratorial, and people just grab onto it, and it creates so much discord. And I don't know about you, but it just seems like in the last week or two alone, it's so much more of that. Whether it's been just noticing on Facebook, where it's a good litmus test, just noticing the negativity, the embrace of anger and conspiracy. I had my own first personal interaction with someone who was, let's just say, not very fond of wearing a mask in a particular establishment. This one happened to be Target here in Auburn. And just an uninvited interaction, a negative interaction, and a colorful interaction. And it's just been disheartening to see what has been wrought by, let's look at, it's by the whole last 5 or 6 months. It's just frustrating. We've talked about that before. We get that. But the misinformation that people have, the motivation that they have to sort of feel certain ways, that the partisan nature of mask wearing, for goodness sake. So anyway, if any of you are feeling what I've been feeling or noticing that, then you will be sort of maybe as hungry as I have been for a source of positivity. And man, I gotta say, my wife is one of the most positive posters on Facebook and Instagram that I know. And something she posted today just really grabbed me, and it was it's kind of just what I needed to hear. And so I'm hoping that maybe you've seen this, but maybe you haven't. So what I'm going to do is just going to share it with you. This moment humanity is going through now can be seen as a portal and as a hole. The decision to fall into the hole or go through the portal is up to you. If you repent of the problem and consume the news 24 hours a day with little energy, nervous all the time, with pessimism, you will fall into the hole. But if you take this opportunity to look at yourself, to rethink life and death, take care of yourself and others, you will cross the portal. Take care of your homes, take care of your body, connect with your spiritual house. When you're taking care of yourselves, you're taking care of everything else. So do not lose the spiritual dimension of this crisis. Have the eagle aspect from above and see the whole, see more broadly. There's a social demand in this crisis, but there's also a spiritual demand. The two go hand in hand. Without the social dimension, we fall into fanaticism. But without the spiritual dimension, we fall into pessimism and lack of meaning. You were prepared to go through this crisis. So take your toolbox and use all the tools available to you. Learn about resistance of the indigenous and African peoples. We have always been and continue to be exterminated. But we still haven't stopped singing, dancing, lighting a fire, and having fun. Don't feel guilty about being happy during this difficult time. You don't help at all by being sad and without energy. You help if good things emanate from the universe now. It's through joy that one resists. Also, when the storm passes, each of you will be very important in the reconstruction of this new world. You need to be well and strong. And for that, there's no other way than to maintain a beautiful, happy, and bright vibration. This has nothing to do with alienation. This is a resistance strategy. In shamanism, there's a rite of passage called the quest for vision. You spend a few days alone in the forest without water, without food, without protection. When you cross this portal, you get a new vision of the world because you have faced your fears. You've faced your difficulties. This is what is asked of you. Allow yourself to take advantage of this time to perform your vision-seeking rituals. What world do you want to build for you? For now, this is what you can do. Serenity in the storm. Calm down. Pray every day. Establish a routine to meet the sacred every day. Good things emanate. What you emanate now is the most important thing. And sing, dance, resist through art, joy, faith, and love. All of that was shared by White Eagle of the Hopi indigenous people. I don't know about you, but that's what I needed to hear today. And I hope that that can become a grounding point for you to stay strong and rooted in your own sense of positivity and faith and hope and connection to your best self and to each other around, because there's so much right now that feels like a real threat to that. So let's not let that happen. Friends, I pray that you are all well, and until we meet again, may you be held in the peace of Christ.